and we danced around the kitchen, and we struck blows, and we fought every inch of the way. And then at some stage, I think you must have been fighting somewhere foreign, were you, in the middle of the night?
No, not me. You know, Belfast.
That's somewhere foreign.
And then they said Spider Kelly champion. I didn't even know what he won. I just knew he was the champion of the whole world. And my daddy opened the scullery door and the shop horns were going.
Yeah.
And then he opened the front door and all the men were standing out in the street. Yeah. And the very next morning we got up looking for Spider Kelly and you ignored me. I trained with that man.
He was in Belfast, that's why.
I ran around after him for 2 weeks in Spider, signed me photograph. He was going that fast. Never caught up with him.
Now, and what about the night, then the second biggest night in your life
That's
was
the
when
night Dana
Dana
won
yeah.
Eurovision.
Yeah, what about that?
All kinds of everything remind me of you. She was young, she was innocent. It was 3 years after we were all neither young nor innocent.
Right.
1968, we'll draw a merciful veil over that occasion, but that night we were all very kind. And I remember ringing up an English journalist called Mary Holland, the Observer, saying, listen to this, and taking the phone out of the phone box beside the big flats. And the whole town was singing, or seemed to be, I said, all kinds of everything remind me of you. And I said, you write every word of that down.
And the whole place went on fate.
Yeah.
That's a word you'd use in the Irish Times. We
Yeah.
don't use it often around here.
It's a happy night.
Absolutely lovely.
It's a happy night. You remember that, Bishop David?
Yes, I remember it very, very well.
Yeah.
It
Not
was
to
a-
mention the night I thought I was going to be Pope, but this one was good. And I was
Now, you have
mocked.
a longer memory than I have.
What was the night you were going to be Pope, Nell?
I used to have this wee religious experience that he gave when I was young. I used
You
to go to bed.
now?
I did, yeah. And I used to go to bed every night and say my prayers. And then I'd stand up in the bed. Because I thought I was going to be Pope and I wanted to show God I was worthy of the job. And I'd bless the world, like that there. God bless the entire world. And the curtains weren't drawn.
Yes.
And I used to look out my back lane. And there was this family across the way standing in their scullery, heard their brother Mickey up there. And they used to be mocking me, used to go, because they were older than me and they knew something I didn't know. They knew that no woman could ever be Pope.
And it was years later. Oh dear, oh dear. Oh
Do you know
dear.
about him and his kidney?
No. Who am I listening? Who is it?
I ended up in hospital one night to see, I had a wee emergency. Nothing to be trouble. And I discovered I had 3 kidneys.
Yes.
Same night, he had a wee emergency.
Yeah.
He discovered he had to lose one of his kidneys. He'd 1 kidney and I had 3. And I sent
You
word
never
to him.
told me that.
I sent word to him. I said, listen, I'll give you my extra kidney, providing you open a family planning clinic in the Bogside.
She told me the second, she never told me the first.
And he never replied. And
You were cheating.
that's why he's sitting there now with 1 kidney, a man. I'm right on
Oh dear, that's lovely. That is known, Nell, as a snooker.
Well, I'll kill you when you go home
for
now.
the kidney or for the family plan?
Snooker, well done. Well done. Don, come to my rescue, please. Get me out of this bad company. Not you, Bishop, I hate you. Get me out of this bad company over here and introduce our next item now. It's the Londonderry Amateur Operatic Society.
Right,
Tell us
that's
about
right, Gay. They're a group who were formed in 1969, and since that time they've brought a lot of pleasure to a lot of people in our city because they've produced 20 shows over that period of time. This year they presented the Pirates of Penzance. We're going to see a little excerpt from it now, conducted by Eric Boyd.
The Londonderry Amateur Operatic Society. Let's give them a welcome. Well done. Carland, you look great. The Amateur Operatic Society, Eric Boyd conducting there. What is this you're saying to me, John Hume, about flying to Derry? What?
Just a plug to tell the people from Dublin that from the 1st of May they can fly to Derry every day and back, courtesy of Air Ireland.
Air Ireland, starting a service from May 1. Will this make a great difference, Mr. Hume?
Well, we think so. It links us into international services. It links us into the outside world, and I just want people. I want people to be aware that it's happening and to give it their full support.
Very good. All right, we will do that. Mr. Milestone, how do you do, sir? Pleased to welcome you. I know you're ex-superintendent of the Guildhall. And how many years were you in that post, sir?
13 years.
And do you miss meeting all those important dignitaries?
Oh, yes, I do indeed, yes.
Indeed, yes. And what was this I heard about you and Billy Connolly lying under a table? Is that true? Do you all know this story?
Well, I wasn't under the table. It was the night that there was a contest in the Guildhall, and Phil Coulter was on stage just before they announced the winners, playing the Water Babies. And I was in the back room talking to Joe Cuddy.
Yes.
And we heard a bang. So I came out to see what had happened. And I went on stage, and Dawn here reached me a microphone. And I went and asked the people what was wrong with them. They're all under the tables. And we got them out of the building quietly without any fuss. But the big story is Billy Connolly was one of the judges, and he was under the table.
Frank.
And while he was under the table, well, I don't know if he's frightened or not.
He was
He was under the table.
Mind.
I'll come to that. Somebody crawled over when this was going on and handed Billy Connolly a bit of paper and said, "Can I have your autograph?" The next day, my daughter was getting married, and the reception was in Everglades Hotel, and Billy Connolly was there, and he said to me, "Miles," he says, "you know, it was biling on me."
It was, indeed. Jimmy Duffy, I do believe. How are you? A man who made
Very well.
the sets for every production that was ever known around Derry.
I've been proud tonight to see all the different companies here.
Yeah.
Both dance bands, Johnny Quigley and Gay McIntyre. I've worked for all the artists that appear tonight on the stage. I've been about the stage now for over 50 years, I know. We'll say 50 years.
And I'm told they have a lot to be thankful
And
to you for.
I have another week of drama in Derry. The City of Derry Drama Festival is on this week, so I have to get back to the stage again.
Great tradition.
So it
Great
was a
tradition.
pleasure to be here tonight.
Good. Well, it's a pleasure for us to have you. Pleasure for us. Well done. John, will you do the honours for me? Don Doherty again of Radio Foil, do the honours for me with Mary now, please. Maureen, I think.
Maureen, well, this is one of the gems in the crown of our city, Gay. She's a young lady again who's been blessed with a very beautiful voice and the talent to use it, and she's taken that voice to the United States and indeed all over the world as well. Maureen Hegarty.
Maureen Hegarty. Over. You didn't tell a word of a lie, Don. You didn't tell a word of a lie. Well, that was really beautiful, boy. Thank you indeed. Now, I want you to pay tribute, ladies and gentlemen, to a man who's helped us a great, great deal. Well, Don, indeed, thank you very much indeed for your help tonight, Don. But another man who's helped us a great deal on the show tonight, and he's very much the man of music, James McCafferty at the piano, accompanying almost everybody. He's be a good lad. A good lad. Good lad. Thank you, Maureen. Well done. It was lovely to have you with us. Now, just before we finish, ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce to you another gentleman to put the finishing note to the show tonight. He's a young fella that we had on the show recently, and we paid him a little tribute because he's been knocking around the music scene for a while now and singing a few songs here and there and so on. And he sang one particular song at the end of that show, and we had such tremendous reaction to him from all over, not only all over Ireland, but all over England as well, from his many fans. And by special request, we're asking him to do it again. So it's really putting the finishing touch. What's this? There are two songs. Yes, that's all right. We're asking him to put the finishing touch to the show tonight. So would you welcome, please, Mr. Joe Locke. There you are. Come this way, Joseph. Well done. Thank you. You're very welcome, sir. Have a little yoke there now. Do you know that man on your other side? You do it there. You do it.
To my sorrow.
To your... It is indeed working. And
to my sorrow, that fella busted my nose in the Christian Brothers years and years ago. But anyhow, what are we doing anyway? Oh, the town. Well, incidentally, this has been the most requested song I've ever sung for you. From Kilkenny, Freshford, from Galway, from everywhere else, and of course, I hope Derry. So we'll be seeing you in Limerick down in there. Anyhow, what is it, James? What key? A flat. Would you come in when I want for the third verse? In my memory, I will always see the time that I have loved so well, where the school played ball by the gas yard wall, and we laughed through the smoke and the smell, going home in the rain, running up the dark lane past the jail and down behind the fountain. Those were happy days in so many, many ways. In the town I love so well. In the early morn, the shirt factory horn brought women from Cregan, the moor and the bog, while the man on the dole played a mother's role, fed the children, and then walked the dog. And though times were tough, there was just about enough, but they saw it through without complaining. For deep inside was a burning pride in the town I love so. That we could all understand. I remember the day when I earned my first pay, when I sang in a small pickup van. There I spent my youth, and to tell you the truth, I was sad to leave it all behind me. But I learned about life, and I found a wife in the town I love so well. But when I returned, oh my eyes how they burned, to see how a town could be brought to its knees, with the armored cars and the bombed out bars and the gas that hangs o'er every breeze. Now the army's installed by that oil gas yard wall, and that bloody barbed wire gets higher and higher. With their tanks and their guns, oh my God, what have they done to the town I love so well? Now the music's gone, but they still carry on. Their spirits are bruised, never broken. They will not forget, though their hearts are set on tomorrow and peace once again. For what's done is done, and what's won is won, and what's lost is lost and gone forever. We can only pray for a bright, brand new day in the town I love so well. See you in the Byrne next week as well. Thank you, Dave. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, James. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. You are very, very welcome in this house tonight, and thank you very much indeed, all of you, for joining us. It was a lovely show. I enjoyed it. Hope you did too. Hope you enjoyed it around the country as well. All our friends from Derry, give yourselves a round of applause. Good night. God bless you. We'll see you next time. Right.